Hello again, it is Sarah Heaney offering you some hypnosis tips and tricks as it pertains to pregnancy and childbirth, although what I'm about to offer can be used universally across the board for any type of thing that you want to apply it towards. So I did mention in my last video that I want to eliminate fear, the fight, flight, freeze response from the birthing room. It does not belong there. And so what I'm going to teach you today is a method and technique called EFT. And some of you may have heard it, some of you may have practiced it. It's something I do with almost all of my clients. I teach them so that they have a tool that they can use themselves, that they go home with. And it's really simple. So there are these spots right here that you press and you touch very gently. Just tap, tap, tap. These places here. The other one is right underneath your collarbone. And then a little squeeze of the wrist with a deep breath. And when you take that deep breath, you can imagine that feeling of peace that you might get from maybe your happy spot, wherever you go when you want to just relax. It might be the memory of being at the beach on the end of a sunset and you're having a wonderful cocktail, or maybe a camping trip, or someplace that you have that you can recall or imagine where you feel very peaceful and at ease, feeling good. So I spoke yesterday about all of the things that we are exposed to that give us this impression that childbirth is painful, it's dramatic, and it is something to dread. And that's simply not true. So I want to help you to eliminate whatever fears, worries, anxieties, doubts that you might have accumulated based on your exposure in the media or well-intentioned friends and family, unsolicited stories of all kinds of things. So your birth is not theirs. Your birth is not what has been portrayed. Your birth you come to with a completely unique position in your own perspective, in your own life experience, and in your own understanding that it is a beautiful process. It's a process, and it's a beautiful process. It's miraculous, and it's going to bring you that baby that you get to look at for the first time with all joy and love and relief and the anticipation that you have had for the last several months. So what I want you to do right now is tune into your own fear or worries or anxieties, concerns and doubts. Tune into all of that feeling, all of those feelings that you might have around giving birth, about what it might be like. Maybe you have had a birth in the past that was or wasn't amazing, and you want this one to be different. So I want you to just bring in everything, all of your fear, worries, doubts, images, thoughts, emotions, sensations that you have associated with the prospect of giving birth, which you really can't avoid. And I want you to measure on a scale of 1 to 10, how intense is that feeling? And for some of you, it may be 3. And for some of you, it may be 10. You are really concerned. It doesn't really matter where you're at. I just want you to measure on a scale of 1 to 10 where you're at. And what we're going to do is a process of letting go. And it's been researched and studied that this process and technique works, and it isn't understood how it works, just that it works, which is fantastic because that's what we're here for. So you're going to tap on the top of your head, just right about here, and take a deep breath in. It's okay to let this go. All of this fear, all these worries, all these anxieties and doubts, all these images, this concern I have for giving birth, it's okay to let it go. It's perfectly okay to let it go. It's safe to let it go. All the bullshit that I've been exposed to that isn't mine, it's okay to let it go. Because I don't need to carry around what isn't mine. Underneath the eye, it's okay to let this go now. Letting it all go now. You can add in these places, but I'm just going to skip ahead to right here, underneath the collarbone. It's okay to let this go now. all these fears, all these doubts, all these worries, all these concerns, all these images, all these thoughts, all these sensations related to all of these things. It's okay to let them go now because they're not mine, and I don't need to carry what's not mine. I'm carrying enough, which is this beautiful, perfect baby that's mine. And it's okay to let all that fear, worry, and doubt go now. And then grab your wrist, give it a little squeeze, and all kind of reaching around both sides. Take a deep breath. And say the word peace. And tune into how you feel. On a scale of 1 to 10, tune into that fear, that worry, that anxiety, doubt, insecurities. Did that number change for you? And if it did, that's fantastic. If it didn't, that's okay. Because we're going to do it again. And you're going to do it as many times as you need to do to bring that number all the way down to a 0. So it's okay to let this go now. The stories, the narratives, the images, the scenes, the unsolicited suggestions and advice, it's okay to let them go. Birth is a natural process that I was born with the ability to do. And it's okay to let the fear and the anxiety and the worry and the doubt go now. Because all of those things are not mine. I was not born with them. I picked them up along the way. And it's okay to let them go now. Letting it all go now. It's safe to let it go. I'm letting it go now. Letting all of that fear, that worry, that anxiety, the concern, the doubt, I'm letting it all go now because it's not mine and I don't need it. I have a beautiful, perfect baby that I'm going to get to see soon. And I get to greet it as me. So it's okay to let all of this other stuff go now. All these fears and worries and doubts and insecurities. Because I'm safe. It's okay. Grab your wrist. Peace. And now tune into how you feel. Where are you at on that scale of 1 to 10? And for the sake of time, I'm just going to stop there. But I want you to continue on. If you have anything above a 0, continue doing this process. And it's so simple and it's so basic. And you can really personalize it as well. If there's something specific, a specific image or a specific feeling or a specific language that you heard somebody say to describe this, you can be specific. They said it's going to hurt like hell, and it's okay to let that go. It doesn't have to hurt like hell. It's okay to let that go. They told me I might scream, I might do any number of things, and it's okay to let all of that go because I don't know what I'm going to do. But I know my body was made to do this. And it's okay to let all the negative images and ideas that are not mine go now. And you can keep doing this. Letting go of all the bullshit. Somebody's told you their horror story. Let it go. That's theirs and it's not yours. Letting go of any images you've seen in movies. Someone giving birth in a pit, filling up with water flooding as they try to escape being murdered. Let that go. That's drama. Letting go of all of the unsolicited suggestions and advice. And accepting and welcoming what feels right for you. Letting all the rest of it go. Hold your hand. Peace. Continue to do this. Get yourself all the way down to a 0. And once you're there, do your best to try and bring back up any fear, worries, anxieties, doubts, or concerns. See if you can do it. If you can do it, go around again. But if you can't, congratulations. You've let it go. And in my next video, I might talk more about eliminating some of the fear, but also replacing it with something even better so that you're going into your birth experience, not only free of fear and flight, freeze, which is going to slow down labor. If you're afraid, it's going to halt your labor, or at least slow it down, make it harder. So you free yourself of all of that, and then you create something else in its place. Openness, curiosity, and we'll talk about that in another video. Until then, have a beautiful evening. This is, again, Sarah Heaney, Hypnosis, serving the Columbia River Gorge and beyond. Blessings.